Kia ora, my name is Patrick, and myself and a few friends of mine from Auckland Zoo are going to perform a very special Tamariki Time outside of the zoo.
Kia ora everyone, my name is Keegan and I'm going to be taking you through the super special dance moves for our Tamariki Time welcome song. I'm going to show you all the moves once and then Patrick's going to play the music and we're going to dance together. So, first move, we're all going to reach up high like a giraffe. Reach as high as you can, arms all the way up to the sky. Amazing job! Then we're going to swing like an orangutan. Swing your arms all the way out like a big strong orangutan. Amazing! Then we're going to flap like a bird. Flap your big bird wings in the sky. Awesome! Next we're going to jump like a frog. So crouch down real low and jump like a frog. Last one, we're going to freeze like a lizard, sitting very still on a log. Amazing job. Patrick's going to play the music and we're ready to dance.
1, 2, 3. Kia ora tātou, hello to all of you. Here's a fun morning thanks to Auckland Zoo. Reach high like giraffes, reach as high as you can. Let's all pretend to be an orangutan. Flap wings like a bird, jump like a frog. Pretend you're a lizard sitting on a log. Let's get outside or read a book or two. It's Tamariki Time out of Auckland Zoo. Number 2. Kia ora tātou, hello to all of you. Here's a fun morning thanks to Auckland Zoo. Reach high like giraffes, reach as high as you can. Let's all pretend to be an orangutan. Flap wings like a bird, jump like a frog. Pretend you're a lizard sitting on a log. Let's get outside or read a book or two. It's Tamariki Time out of Auckland Zoo. Great job!
Kia ora koutou! Welcome to the special Christmas holiday version of Tamariki Time. Ko PJ toku ingoa. First of all, let's read a story about Christmas time at Auckland Zoo. Over to you, Patrick.
'Twas Christmas Day in Auckland at our wonderful zoo. The zookeepers were preparing food as they usually do. Christmas at the zoo, things look a bit different in here. While you may have waited for Santa and his team of reindeer. The keepers show up in their uniform, ready to give the best care. They get to help animals, and this is why they love to be there. The animals will need food, water, and a clean habitat. And today, as long as the animals don't mind, the keepers might wear a red Santa hat. But on Christmas Day, no visitors are able to come on the site. The zookeepers work really hard and build up a big Christmas appetite. They arrive quite early and they work as hard as they can to take care of all the animals, including all 3 orangutan. And all the new animals that have arrived at our zoo. There are baby Galapagos tortoises with their tiny shells too. There are new baby tamarins with little mustaches on their face. We even have 3 new lionesses in their own special space. The new tiger habitat is almost done, which means they will soon be here. A tropical dome with Sunda gharials and tropical fish will be done in the new year. A new otter river where they can swim the whole day, and still will have siamang above on the aerial pathways. But today is Christmas and they have lots of preparation to do, because the next day the zoo will be full of visitors like you. And then finally, when all of their hard work is done, it's time for the zookeepers to have some Christmas fun. They sit down for a big lunch is what the keeper teams will do, and they might even listen to Christmas music at their Christmas lunch too. So now you know what happens at the zoo on Christmas Day. Have a great Christmas with your whānau and a great holiday. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Auckland Zoo.
Now, we have a really special type of plant around Auckland Zoo, which you might also be familiar with too. Sometimes we call it the New Zealand Christmas tree, because it likes to bloom around this time of year. Now let's go check in with Cornell to learn how we can pronounce the name of this rako in Te Reo Māori.
The correct way to say Pōhutukawa is Pōhutukawa. Pōhutukawa. Pōhutukawa.
Now this rako, or tree that Cornell mentioned, is actually taonga. It has lots of different uses and provides food for lots of different animals and insects. Now if we take care of this tree really well, we actually end up taking care of lots of animals, and we might not even realize it. How cool is that? Now let's go check in with Niall, because she's got a really awesome Christmas craft that you guys can actually try at home these holidays. Over to you, Niall.
The first thing we need to do is measure out our stamen. Each one of mine is 1 centimetre wide, and I'm using a ruler so that they're nice and straight. Now we're going to colour them in. I'm using felts, but you can use whatever you have at home. We're going to use red or whero and green kakiriki so that they look just like Pōhutukawa. Now that it's all coloured in, it's time to cut them out. When you're using scissors, you need to be really careful. Now if you look closely, you can see the pencil lines, so I'm following along those so that they come out nice and straight. I'm also cutting out this little rectangle so we have something to stick everything to. It's time to put everything all together to create our beautiful Pōhutukawa flower. I'm using PVA glue because it dries clear. Your hands are probably going to get a little bit of glue on them, but that's okay. Now when you're arranging all your stamen, you want them to fan out to create that beautiful flower shape. Just go carefully, and once it's ready you've got to leave it to dry so that it all stays in one place. I want to add a little bit of sparkle, so I found this tinsel and I'm going to cut out some little pieces that I can stick on each stamen just to give it something a little bit extra. Now I'm going to add a little bit of this gold sparkly tape to the top of each of these stamen to look a bit like pollen. You could use whatever you have, sequins or beads, or just leave them plain, it's up to you. All we have to do now is add on our loop at the top so we can hang it on a tree or wherever you're going to hang this. I'm using this tinsel, but you can use string or just whatever you have. I'm using glue and tape because I want it to be really strong.
Now for a special Christmas themed mindful moment with me. Kia ora guys! Now around this time of year everyone's really busy racing around, doing some shopping, seeing family members and things like that. So we're just going to take a mindful moment and relax and restore some of that energy. Alrighty, so for our first mindful moment, we're just going to take a minute to recenter ourselves and our breathing. Now for this part, it's best to find a nice comfy spot outside, maybe by a Pōhutukawa tree, and you can sit down or kneel down, cross your legs, and we are going to breathe in and out deeply 5 times, okay? Put one hand on our puku, one on our poho, and breathing in deeply, smelling the flowers, breathing out like the wind, okay? Now that we've centered our breathing and we're feeling a bit relaxed, we're going to start moving like a Pōhutukawa tree. Okay, now the Pōhutukawa life cycle starts with a small seed or kakono. So we are going to curl our bodies up like a small seed, okay, waiting for our sunlight and water. And when we're ready, take a couple of breaths and get ready to start growing. Start growing like a Pōhutukawa tree. Getting your big tall trunk once we're grown, we've got big, big roots, okay? So just like the Pōhutukawa tree, dig your toes into the ground, feel all the goodness and the nutrition in the earth and the strength of your legs or your trunk and your roots, and really anchor yourself in the ground. Breathing in and out. Now when you're ready, we're going to stretch our arms up in the sky, okay? Be nice and tall like a giant Pōhutukawa tree, and we are going to wriggle our fingers around a bit like the flowers, those red needles all over the Pōhutukawa tree. And then the wind comes along and knocks them off the tree and they go flying through the air. And some of them go down to the ground. And you can stretch up again like a Pōhutukawa tree, waving your flowers in the air, and some of the needles get blown off by the wind and fall to the ground. And one more time. Hapai Tamariki ma! Thanks for joining me for that mindful moment. I hope you're feeling relaxed and enjoyed stretching like a Pōhutukawa tree and you're ready for the rest of your day. Thanks for joining us for our final Tamariki time of the year. We really hope you have a safe and happy holiday with your whānau, and make sure you come and say hello to all the animals next time you visit the zoo. Until then, ka kite and have a Merry Christmas.
1, 2, 3. Hairira, say goodbye to the trees. Until the next time that you're singing with me. Don't forget to be nice and kind when you can. Be a tidy kiwi, always wash your hands. Get outside and go for a walk. Draw an animal on the ground with some chalk. So give me a wave and a big thumbs up too. And hopefully soon we'll see you at the zoo. Alright, bye, thanks for coming.